Former Voice mentor Taylor Swift reportedly has multiple wedding dresses for her big day with Travis Kelce. According to Rob Shooter's Naughty But Nice, the former The Voice mentor secretly commissioned 6 different gowns ahead of her highly anticipated wedding to the NFL champ. There are multiple gowns standing by, the source told the outlet. Taylor could wear one dress the entire night, or she could change several times. At this point, every option is on the table. The insider added that Taylor Swift opted to have extra wedding gowns for a reason. Some of the dresses are deliberate decoys, the source claimed. The goal is to confuse people, stop leaks, and make sure nobody figures out the real look ahead of time. Swift and Kelce are reportedly determined to keep as many details of their wedding private as possible. Earlier reports claimed the couple even withheld key information from guests, including the exact venue for their big day. There's a date, but no venue, one insider told Naughty But Nice. And that's completely intentional. The source added, they want total control and total privacy. Details won't be shared until the very last minute. To ensure that details of Taylor Swift's rumored 6 wedding gowns remain under wraps, designers were reportedly required to sign strict non-disclosure agreements, NDAs. Every designer involved signed ironclad NDAs, the insider told the outlet. No photos, no sketches, no fitting details. Absolutely nothing is allowed to leak. Taylor wants complete control over the reveal. The source pointed out that fashion insiders are already on the lookout for Swift's wedding gown, but the singer is reportedly determined to outsmart everyone. Even people close to Taylor don't know which gown she'll ultimately choose, the insider alleged. She wants the moment to feel cinematic, a true jaw-dropping reveal. Previously, the Daily Mail reported that Swift is walking down the aisle in a gown inspired by a Hollywood legend, Elizabeth Taylor. The Opalite singer is said to be captivated by the actress's iconic first wedding dress from her 1950 wedding to Conrad Hilton. Taylor spent so much time looking at old photos of Elizabeth Taylor when she was making her music video for that song that she became enamored with the movie Queen style, the source told the outlet. So when she started thinking about her wedding dress, she looked up Elizabeth's old gowns online. The insider added that Swift particularly loves the flattering style of the late actress's wedding gown. Taylor said she liked how it was old-fashioned and came in at the waistline, plus the lace detailing, the source noted. Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce announced their engagement on August 26, 2025. The couple is reportedly set to tie the knot in New York on July 3, 2026. Rumors surrounding Taylor Swift's private life have always spread like wildfire, but the latest reports coming out of celebrity circles may be the most fascinating yet. According to multiple insiders, the global pop icon is quietly preparing not one, but several wedding dresses, while maintaining extreme secrecy around every detail. The alleged operation reportedly includes luxury designers, private fittings, hidden schedules, and what sources describe as ironclad NDAs, designed to prevent leaks at all costs. And honestly, if anyone could pull off a wedding so secretive that the world only discovers it after the fact, it would probably be Taylor Swift. For years, Swift has mastered the art of controlling her narrative in a media landscape obsessed with exposing every detail of celebrity relationships. She has turned secrecy into strategy, mystery into marketing, and privacy into a kind of cultural event. So when whispers began circulating that wedding preparations may already be underway behind closed doors, fans immediately started dissecting every public appearance, every lyric, every outfit, and every carefully timed absence. The reports claim Swift has been working with more than one high-end bridal designer, allegedly commissioning multiple gowns for different possible wedding aesthetics, locations, and ceremonies. Some insiders suggest she wants options depending on whether the ceremony becomes an intimate private event or a larger celebrity gathering. Others claim the multiple dresses are simply part of Swift's perfectionism and creative vision. That actually sounds believable. Taylor Swift has never approached fashion casually. Every era of her career has carried a distinct visual identity, from the sparkly fairy tale gowns of Speak Now to the dark snake imagery of Reputation and the dreamy vintage softness of Folklore. Even her street style regularly creates headlines and online trend breakdowns within hours. A wedding would not just be a wedding for Taylor Swift, it would become a global cultural moment, which is probably why secrecy matters so much. According to Entertainment Insiders, the confidentiality agreements surrounding the alleged dress preparations are reportedly among the strictest some designers have ever encountered. Sources claim staff members involved in fittings, tailoring, embroidery, transportation, and photography are required to sign extensive legal paperwork prohibiting them from discussing anything connected to the project. No sketches, no behind-the-scenes photos, no accidental comments to friends, no social media hints, nothing. And given Swift's history with privacy breaches, that level of protection makes sense. Over the years, the singer has experienced invasive paparazzi coverage, leaked personal information, and non-stop scrutiny surrounding her dating life. She has become increasingly protective of moments she considers genuinely personal. Friends close to the star have repeatedly described her as someone who values emotional privacy far more now than she did earlier in her career. That transformation became especially visible during her relationship with actor Joe Alwyn, when Swift largely stepped away from oversharing publicly about romance. Even after their breakup, she remained relatively restrained compared to the media frenzy surrounding the split.
Now, with her high-profile relationship with NFL superstar Travis Kelce continuing to dominate headlines, public interest has reached another level entirely. The pairing itself already feels larger than celebrity culture. You have one of the biggest pop stars on earth dating one of football's most recognizable personalities. Every game appearance, every date night, every public interaction instantly becomes headline news. Fans analyze body language clips online like they are studying political debates. So naturally, engagement rumors have been non-stop. Neither Swift nor Kelce has officially confirmed wedding plans, but speculation has intensified for months. Reports about possible venue scouting, family meetings, and future planning have circulated repeatedly across entertainment media. The alleged wedding dress preparations only poured gasoline on an already raging fire, and fans are loving every second of it. Social media exploded after the latest reports surfaced. Swifties immediately began theorizing what kind of wedding aesthetic Taylor might choose. Some believe she would lean toward old Hollywood glamour with dramatic satin gowns and cathedral veils. Others picture a whimsical garden ceremony inspired by folklore and evermore aesthetics. A large portion of fans are convinced she will secretly incorporate lyrical references and hidden symbolism into every detail. That theory is probably not far-fetched. Taylor Swift has built an empire on Easter eggs. She hides clues in music videos, album art, speeches, outfits, and social media captions. Entire online communities dedicate themselves to decoding possible hidden meanings in her work. If she eventually gets married, many fans fully expect the event itself to contain layered references to songs, memories, and personal milestones. The multiple dress rumor only feeds that possibility further. Imagine one gown representing classic romance, another reflecting vintage country roots, another embracing modern minimalist elegance, another designed specifically for a reception performance moment. For someone like Taylor Swift, fashion becomes storytelling, and weddings are ultimately stories too. Interestingly, some reports suggest Swift is intentionally keeping several parallel plans active at once to prevent leaks. Instead of committing publicly to one venue, one timeline, or one aesthetic, insiders claim she may be preparing multiple versions of the event simultaneously. That sounds extreme until you remember who we are talking about. Taylor Swift operates at a level of fame where even the smallest leak can trigger global media chaos. A single florist mention or catering rumor could send paparazzi swarming across states within hours. The more confusion surrounding details, the easier it becomes to maintain actual privacy. In many ways, Swift has spent years learning how to outmaneuver celebrity culture itself. She understands how gossip spreads, she understands internet obsession, she understands paparazzi economics, and most importantly, she understands anticipation. That understanding has helped her maintain an almost unmatched level of public fascination throughout her career. Even now, during what many consider the peak of her global dominance following the Eras Tour phenomenon, Swift somehow still manages to preserve mystery around her personal life. That balance is incredibly rare in modern entertainment. Most celebrities either overshare constantly or disappear entirely. Swift does neither. She reveals just enough to keep fans emotionally connected while still protecting the moments that matter most. That is why the alleged NDA situation fascinates people so much. The image of luxury bridal designers quietly working behind locked doors while legal teams enforce silence sounds almost cinematic. It feels like something out of an old Hollywood romance thriller mixed with modern celebrity paranoia. But it also reflects the bizarre reality of mega fame in 2026. Celebrity weddings are no longer private milestones. They are international content events. Photos become million-dollar assets. Guest lists spark internet wars. Dresses inspire fashion trends overnight. Even flower arrangements get analyzed by TikTok creators looking for hidden symbolism. Taylor Swift likely understands that better than anyone alive, which may explain why sources claim she is taking absolutely no chances. Some insiders reportedly described fittings happening at unusual hours or through private entrances to avoid detection. Others claim certain designers involved in the project are not even fully aware whether their gowns are intended for the actual ceremony or simply backup options. That level of compartmentalization would certainly help prevent leaks. And honestly, the idea of Taylor Swift secretly maintaining a vault of wedding dresses somewhere sounds incredibly on brand. Fans have even joked online that she probably has eras planned for the wedding itself. Ceremony era, reception era, after-party era, maybe even a surprise acoustic performance era. With Taylor Swift, people genuinely expect theatricality mixed with emotional intimacy. That combination is part of why audiences remain so invested in her life story. She's always blurred the line between personal emotion and cultural spectacle. Her relationships become musical narratives. Her heartbreak becomes communal therapy sessions for millions of listeners. Her triumphs feel strangely collective to fans who grew up alongside her music. A wedding would inevitably become another chapter in that ongoing emotional mythology. And if the reports are accurate, Swift appears determined to make sure the moment unfolds on her own terms. There's also another interesting aspect to the story: trust. The entertainment industry runs on secrecy, but true privacy has become increasingly difficult in the smartphone era. Stylists leak details, vendors talk, guests post photos. Someone always wants attention or money. So when insiders mention ironclad NDAs, it signals just how seriously Swift's team may be treating confidentiality. These are not ordinary celebrity precautions anymore. This is reputation protection at the highest level. Because if wedding details leaked prematurely, the media circus could become overwhelming instantly. Potential venues would get flooded, private flights tracked, guests harassed, designers hunted by paparazzi, every family member photographed constantly. For a star already living under extraordinary visibility, protecting one deeply personal milestone may feel worth every layer of secrecy. Meanwhile, fans continue debating what kind of wedding Taylor might actually want. Some believe she would choose a huge, glamorous celebrity wedding with famous musicians, actors, athletes, and industry power players. Others think she would prefer something deeply private with only close friends and family present. The truth may end up somewhere in the middle. Taylor Swift clearly loves spectacle professionally, but personally she often appears far more grounded than people expect. Friends have described her as someone who values meaningful conversations, close-knit relationships, and emotionally sincere experiences despite her massive fame. That tension between superstar grandeur and private intimacy has always defined her public public image. And perhaps that is why the wedding rumors feel so captivating. People are not just curious about the dress, they're curious about what kind of happiness Taylor Swift actually wants. After years of highly public breakups, media criticism, online backlash, and relentless scrutiny, many fans feel emotionally protective of her. They want to see her experience a joyful chapter untouched by cynicism or chaos. The relationship with Travis Kelce appears to symbolize that possibility for many supporters. Unlike some past romances clouded by secrecy or intense media attention, this relationship has looked surprisingly open and comfortable. Swift attending football games, Kelce discussing their relationship casually in interviews, and the visible ease between them have created a different kind of public narrative. It feels less tortured, less hidden, less fragile. That shift has changed the energy around engagement speculation too. Instead of gossip feeling invasive, many fans approach it almost like rooting for a favorite fictional couple to finally get their happy ending. Of course, there is still the possibility that none of these reports are entirely accurate. Celebrity rumor culture often mixes truth, exaggeration, and pure invention together, until separating fact from fiction becomes nearly impossible. But even if the details are overstated, the fascination itself reveals something bigger about Taylor Swift's cultural power. Very few celebrities could generate international headlines simply